Journey to the equator to witness the extraordinary survival story of the Galapagos penguin, the only penguin species living in tropical waters. This cinematic wildlife documentary explores their reproduction, parenting instinct, health management, and role as nature's silent doctor of the ocean. Discover how these endangered penguins regulate marine ecosystems, endure climate change, survive mate loss, and support local economies through conservation and ecotourism. An emotional, thought-provoking film about resilience, balance, and the fragile bond between wildlife and humanity. Perfect for nature lovers, wildlife enthusiasts, and conservation advocates. If you love wildlife documentaries, kindly like, subscribe, and share this video to help boost our channel. Let's dive in. On the equator, where heat should rule, a miracle swims against nature's rules. The Galapagos penguin, small, rare, and defiant, exists nowhere else on Earth. A single species standing on the edge of extinction, with fewer than 2,000 souls left behind. Survival here is not inherited, it is earned, shaped by cold ocean currents that cool an unforgiving land. Their compact bodies, powerful flippers, and precise instincts are forged for extremes, where every movement must save energy and every hunt decides tomorrow. Food governs everything: love, reproduction, and life itself. When the sea is generous, pairs form bonds rooted in survival, not romance. Penguins know no pregnancy, yet their devotion rivals any mother's sacrifice. One or two fragile eggs are laid in shaded lava crevices, guarded from the burning sun as parents trade places. Guided by instinct older than memory, when chicks hatch, blind and helpless, the stakes rise. Each feeding journey risks never returning. Yet parents answer their young by sound alone, recognizing a single voice among many. Love here is relentless, measured in endurance and loss. If fate allows, they may live 15 to 20 years, but warming seas can erase generations in a single season. El Niño steals fish, predators wait above and below, and danger is constant. Still, they return to the same rocks year after year, driven by memory and loyalty to home. To abandon it would mean extinction. Humans now watch from the edges, capable of harm or hope. Conservation offers fragile promise, because every surviving chick is a victory, and every loss echoes louder than before. The Galapagos penguin is not weak, only outnumbered. Its ancient instincts have carried it this far, but its future now rests in human hands. In their silent eyes lives resilience, and in that silence, a warning: protect them. And we protect balance itself, use them. And the equator grows colder forever. When a Galapagos penguin loses its mate, the ocean does not immediately call them back to life. Instead, there is waiting. Days stretch into silence as the surviving partner returns to the nesting site again and again, calling into the wind, scanning the waterline. Born of fire and sea, this penguin lives where continents once tore apart. Scientifically named Spheniscus mendiculus, it is the only penguin to cross the equator, classified as endangered. Its existence hangs by fragile threads. Its habitat is harsh lava coastlines, mangrove shadows, collapsing caves. These islands are not gentle homes. They are survival tests. Unlike Antarctic cousins, insulation here means avoiding heat, not cold. Blood vessels regulate body temperature with surgical precision. Their diet is narrow anchovies, sardines, mullet, and little else. When fish vanish, reproduction stops instantly. Hunger is the invisible predator. Migration here is subtle, not grand short coastal movements guided by currents. They follow cold upwellings like lifelines through warm seas. Lose the currents, and the species drifts toward silence. Introduced predators rewrite ancient rules overnight. Oil spills coat feathers with a death sentence. Climate change compresses generations into heartbreak. Nest flooding drowns futures before they breathe. Yet instinct commands return, again and again. Bonded pairs recognize each other by voice and posture. When a mate disappears, the survivor waits. Days pass and calls go unanswered. Some never repair, carrying absence like a scar. Others form new bonds, not from choice but necessity. Survival demands emotional surrender. Every pairing is a gamble against extinction. Hatchlings imprint on sound within hours. Mistakes are fatal. Feeding the wrong chick means none survive. Their intelligence is quiet, measured, precise. Fossils suggest ancestors survived ancient climate collapses. This may be their hardest era yet. Tall boats bring awe and risk. Noise disrupts feeding and bonding. Protected zones become lines between life and loss. Population numbers rise slowly, if at all. Conservation success is measured in decades, not years. This penguin does not conquer nature. It negotiates with it. Its story is written in restraint, not dominance. Each breath is borrowed from balance. Each year alive is defiance. Extinction would erase more than a species, it would erase proof. Proof that adaptation has limits. Proof that climate has memory. Proof that love exists even in silence. Their migration is not distance, it is endurance. And as long as one still swims, hope refuses to sink. If the lost mate was a primary hunter, chicks often receive fewer feedings. The survivor compensates by pushing their limits, diving longer, resting less, risking exhaustion to preserve what remains of the family bond. In cases where chicks are already lost, some adults abandon the nesting site entirely, relocating to quieter shores. Behavior believed to reduce stress and prevent fatal overheating. Repairing does not happen quickly. New bonds form cautiously, marked by distance and hesitation. Unlike first pairings, these interactions lack urgency. They are quieter, slower, as if the penguin is recalibrating trust. In nature, some creatures hunt, others heal. This penguin is a silent doctor of the ocean, controlling small fish populations and preventing collapse. Balance is its medicine, and when penguins vanish, the sea itself grows sick. Along mangroves and lava shores, life follows their rhythm, and their presence signals clean, living oceans. Fishermen read their movements like medical charts, knowing that where penguins hunt, fish stocks remain resilient. Nature heals itself through them, but even healers need rescue. Oil, plastic, and warming seas push them to the brink, and human hands now decide survival. Cleaning feathers restores life itself, and release back into the ocean feels like rebirth. Daily life is a careful routine of energy and risk. Shade, water, and movement are calculated because overheating is deadlier than cold. Instinct manages health better than medicine ever could, teaching discipline as survival. Parenting begins with absolute cooperation. No parent survives alone. Chicks are fed carefully measured meals, where overfeeding wastes energy and underfeeding kills. Health management is instinct refined by time. Stress weakens immunity, while calm colonies create healthier generations. Disease spreads fastest where balance breaks, and protected zones act like nature's hospitals, proving that prevention is stronger than cure. Economies rise with living wildlife as tourists cross oceans to witness resilience. Conservation creates jobs, supports sustainable fishing, and protects human futures without ever asking for thanks. Forests begin at the shoreline, fed by nutrient cycles that nourish roots and reefs alike. Remove one healer, and systems unravel. Save the penguin, and far more than a species survives. The Galapagos penguin never asks for help, it simply keeps working, healing oceans, teaching restraint. Its survival is humanity's reflection. Protect the healer, and the world keeps breathing. If the lost mate was a primary hunter, chicks often receive fewer feedings. The survivor compensates by pushing their limits, diving longer, resting less, risking exhaustion to preserve what remains of the family bond. In cases where chicks are already lost, some adults abandon the nesting site entirely, relocating to quieter shores. Behavior believed to reduce stress and prevent fatal overheating. New bonds form cautiously, marked by distance and hesitation. Unlike first pairings, these interactions lack urgency. They are quieter, slower, as if the penguin is recalibrating trust. Some never repair at all, choosing solitude over replacement. This behavior is not weakness. It is evidence of emotional memory. Galapagos penguins recognize partners through vocal patterns, posture, and movement, an emotional map that cannot be erased overnight. Mate loss disrupts more than reproduction. It fractures rhythm, routine, and survival efficiency. In a world growing more dangerous each year. If you love wildlife documentaries, kindly like, subscribe, and share.